MLB and one WNBA player prop here on PrizePicks for Tuesday, July 18th. Before I get started, link is in the description below. You can sign up for PrizePicks there, 100% deposit match, or you can use promo code TUFF. The Discord link in the description is main server is currently completely free. Patreon link in there as well. That's where I post all the plays that I'm making on PrizePicks. Again, I'm not a gambling expert. It's not financial advice. Simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight analysis to then make your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. We got Taco Tuesday here. Taco Tuesday play is yet to be on the board here, but based on what I saw, like the voting, it looks like it should be some good value. But I got one play MLB, one play WNBA. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. The first one here is going to be a play that we've made a couple times now. I'm going with Hunter Brown over 5.5 strikeouts here. Just line seems a little bit too low. Take a look here. Hunter Brown, 4 of his last 4 games. With one miss coming with 5 against probably one of the tougher teams in baseball to strike out against Washington down here. But it's had a very nice hit rate this season. For some reason, an outlier here. Again, outlier. Link at the top of the description of this video. You get a 7-day free trial with outlier. For some reason, outlier doesn't have Hunter Brown's odds, or there's no props for Hunter Brown on the board currently. So don't really know the odds for this yet, but I wanted to share this value that I think is significant value here and the research behind it. So if we take a look at Hunter Brown, right? The game log, the hit rate this season is elite, right? He's a strikeout pitcher in my opinion. We can see here the hit rate 1, 2, 3. I mean, you can see how many times he's gone over this line. A bunch of times here with 5. His lowest strikeout total is 3. And he's actually been a better pitcher on the road this season than he has at home. So at home, he has a 4.89, on the road, 3.48. 51.2 innings on the road, 42.1 innings at home, 61 Ks away compared to 50 at home, and then at 242 average for opponents when Hunter Brown pitches away. He is playing at Colorado, which obviously, can affect and just skew and I think have an impact on these projections, which is why I think we see and get Hunter Brown at 5.5. I do think this has a strong chance to bumping up to 6 here in my opinion, but just take a look at these last 3 games that those Yankees pitchers had versus Colorado at Colorado. These last 3 games since the All-Star break. Rodon had 6. He only pitched 5 innings. Clark Schmidt had 8. If you know sports betting, you guys know Clark Schmidt kind of throws meatballs. And then Garrett Cole had 11 2 days ago. 11 strikeouts. We know Hunter Brown will be extremely, extremely well rested. And it's just a solid matchup, right? We take a look at right-handed pitchers since June 11th, so a little bit over a month. Versus right-handers, Colorado has the second highest strikeout percentage in baseball at 27.4% K rate. 27.4% K rate, you guys. They also have one of the lower OPSs in baseball, 11th lowest at 720 OPS, but the second highest K rate in baseball at 27.4. We look at that projected lineup here that the Rockies will probably put out. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in this lineup with a strikeout percentage over 23%. And then the lowest is a 17.1, which is Chris Bryant. And that's the lowest on the team. So, I mean, usually we see lineups and the lowest will be like below 12 or like 11. So it's a really, really strong matchup here for Hunter Brown, who we know pitches a little bit better at home. I mean, away, he doesn't pitch horrible, right? He pitches slightly better away, which, again, kind of helps us here. Obviously, Colorado, I think we've seen Dusty Baker willing to let Hunter Brown pitch, right? He's pitched, I mean, take a look at just the date for these games. He did get kind of, destroyed in the Seattle game, but still had 8 strikeouts, gave up 5 earned runs, only pitched 3 innings here. But we've seen him, numerous times being able to go at least 5 innings, even when he gives up runs here. 5 runs here against Minnesota, he finished with 4.2. 6 earned runs here against the Mets, he still finished with 5.2 as well. But just the hit rate for this, if we take a look, even just since May 14th, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 of his last 10 games, you guys. 8 of his last 10 games, he has a the over on this. I wish I could show you guys this on Outlier, but I'm going to refresh this. Again, link at the top of the description, you guys. 7-day free trial with Outlier. Again, in my opinion, best sports betting research tool in the game. They have a very, very elite mobile app as well. I'm just going to try to refresh this to see if Hunter Brown pops up for us here. I'm not sure why he's not. Yeah, so I think that just has to do with something with the books. I don't think that has anything to do with Outlier specifically. But yeah, loving Hunter Brown over 5.5 Ks. Not sure if I'll play this at 6. If it jumps to 6, leave a comment below. But at 5.5, I think is just some supreme value here. Given the matchup, right? Second highest strikeout percentage to right-handers since June 11th. And then Hunter Brown, you can see the hit rate, right? Look at these last Let's just look at these last starting right-handed. I mean, these are guys that are similar to Hunter Brown. Logan Webb and Garrett Cole are both similar. They both had 10 and 11 strikeouts versus Colorado. And then Clark Schmidt, who is nowhere near, to me, the pitcher who has just the type of swing and miss stuff that Hunter Brown does, he had 8 strikeouts. So I like the matchup here for Hunter Brown at 5.5. I'm taking the over on that one. And the second play is going to be WNBA first half prop. It's going to be a first half PRA. It's going to be another wagon of ours. Again, if you've been watching the videos on this channel, you know we've played both these plays a couple times now this season. But I like Alyssa Thomas over 16.5 PRA. Consistently before the All-Star break, this was at 17.5 and was even at 18.5, I believe, for one game. So I think there's value here at 16.5. Take a look at her last 5 for Alyssa Thomas. Obviously, this is the All-Star game right here when she had 3, so we don't count that. But 4 of her last 4 games here, she went over this 22, 24, 21, and 19 PRA in the first half for Alyssa Thomas. And again, we know Alyssa Thomas will see a ton of usage since Brianna Jones has been out. Brianna Jones got hurt in June 20th, right? And we take a look at Alyssa Thomas since June 19th, essentially. She's played 8 games without Brianna Jones now. This is the first half only. She plays 19.2 minutes in the first half, averaging 10.1 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 10.1 points, 5.5 rebounds, 5.6 assists. Okay, she's averaging well over 20 PRA over her last 8 games without Brianna Jones. 24.5 fantasy points is what she's averaging in that first half as well. It's a great spot for Alyssa Thomas. I know the line, and specifically versus Phoenix, I guess somewhat of a tough matchup as they defend forwards well. But Alyssa Thomas, she just is such a versatile player. She's kind of like LeBron, honestly, with her ability, or like a Luka. Like, you can't really define her by a specific position offensively, just with what she does, right? Like, playmaking-wise, she's like a point guard. She can rebound like a big. She can score pretty much anywhere on the floor. So I'm not really too concerned specifically on, like, the position matchup that she has against Phoenix. But Phoenix overall as a team defense, right, just versus opponents, like, Phoenix gives up the 4th most points per game, the 3rd most assists per game, and the sixth most rebounds per game to opponents. So it's not like Phoenix is this elite defense. Phoenix is like 4-14. Phoenix, not a good team at all. They're nowhere near the playoff picture. Connecticut Sun, one of the better teams in the WNBA. And then we just take a look at Alyssa Thomas and, like, specifically how she matches up, right? She's probably going to be on Sophia Cunningham, who's not a great defender. Obviously, Brittany Griner's there. And I don't think Phoenix is going to have a choice to necessarily defend Alyssa Thomas one-on-one. So we're taking a look at kind of the spread here. Let's take a look at the spread for this game as well. Yeah, Connecticut's 7.5 point favorites on the road, which is kind of why we're pivoting and taking first half play here for Alyssa Thomas. But I just love the spot. No Brianna Jones. We know Alyssa Thomas, like I said here, good for 19 minutes in the first half. Again, there's only 20 minutes in the first half in the WNBA game. She's averaging 10.1. She's averaging over 20 PRA in the first half in the last 8 games. We get Brianna Jones here at 16.5. I think it's supreme value. Not overthinking this one. One of the most versatile, probably the best PRA player in the WNBA at 16.5. First game back, she's probably well rested after the All-Star break. I like this one here as well. So here are the 2 plays here for this YouTube video. Hunter Brown over 5.5 Ks. Alyssa Thomas over 16.5 first half PRA. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these 2. Drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.